checking out, making sure we're streaming first. Just checking out, making sure we're streaming first. Alright, I gotta turn the sound off there. Sounds good. Alright, this video is going to be two parts. We're going to be removing the front camera connector on an iPhone 6s board. The connector was damaged by a previous, it was damaged by another repair shop, but they don't do board level repairs, so the phone was sent to us to try to fix it. So this will be the first video, and this is just removing that connector, and the second video will be replacing it. This will be our first, I guess, official live stream where we're actually doing a board level that's not just messing around with the board. So let's go over here. I want to show you guys this on my desktop. So we're switch to the desktop right here. This is the J3100, and this is the front camera connector on an iPhone 6s, and we're going to be taking that off of the board. So let me go ahead and switch over to the scope view, and from the scope view we're going to be able to check this out. So what I'm using here is I've got a Hako FM-203. I'm going to be using hot air on this one. I'm not going to be actually using the Hako or Hako, or however everybody pronounces it. everybody's got their own way of saying it. So I'm going to go ahead and lay down some Kapton tape. I'm going to go ahead and put it over some of the other connectors that I do not want damaged during this retracting of the front camera flex connector. Go ahead and put one more piece down. If I have to cut this video short, then that means my food showed up. But I will be back. Do not fret. So let's go ahead and do this, and this is also locking down the board so it won't move on me whenever I'm trying to pull this off. And if all goes well, we won't slip with the tip. Don't get tip slip. You don't want that. It's not good. I don't want to bulldoze a bunch of components off of this. So we're going to go ahead and put some flux on here. What I'm using is Amtech flux, lead-free soldering materials. I got this off of, oh man, I forgot what website. What I'll do is I'll link a bunch of stuff down below in future videos of the equipment that I use and where I purchased it from. This will be the last time you guys will be seeing this video on this little cheap microscope camera. The rest of my videos will be done on a really nice microscope, and I'll do the unboxing on it, and you guys can watch that. So what I'm going to do is I want to get in here with some heat. I want to be watching this and seeing when it starts to flow. I am running this right now at 316 degrees Celsius. I'm just going to wait for this to liquefy a little bit. I've already preheated the board. I'm just going to wait for this to get a little soft here. Wait for those solder joints to get real shiny. And then I'm going to come in for the kill. So it should start to loosen up anytime. Come on, baby. And you don't want to overheat this because you'll overheat a bunch of the other components. Plus, you're close to the processor and stuff like that. So you don't want to heat the board any more than what you have to. This should start to come off. There was a piece of it right there. And this is just melting off. So I'm going to pull away. Go ahead and get that off of there. This isn't coming off as easy as I thought it was going to. It seems to be wanting to come off in pieces and not come off the way that I want it to. There we go. So we'll go ahead and pull that off. Didn't pull any pads on that, which is good. You never want to pull a pad or you just run yourself into more problems. So I'll grab this with these tweezers and see if that's on the board or if that's, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I want to go over this with my Hako here, or Hako, or Hako, Hakamalako, whatever you want to call it. I want to go ahead and add some more flux on here. Never have too much flux. Go ahead and get that off there. And just going to clean this little portion up right here because I've got a piece of metal that's stuck on there. So I am not going to braid this because you don't want to pull any of this. Plus, braiding this, you've got some components down here that you do not want to. You don't want to mess with any of these. You don't want to pull any of those up. So what I'm just going to do is lightly go over it with the iron here, with these super steady hands I've got. And sorry if that film is real jumpy. I've got to adjust the quality on this camera, but like I said, I'm not going to be using this one anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that. If you guys ever have any comments, just leave them down in the bottom, and I'll be more than happy to answer those. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I'm going to go ahead and clean this connector real quick just to make sure that we didn't mess up, and pull a component off of that. It should be cool enough now. I can go ahead and do this. All this black crap that's at the top is just that I guess that overfill for some of those components at the top. As long as you don't heat that up too bad, then you don't have to worry about components popping off the board. But what I'll probably do is just scrape that stuff off just to make sure that I didn't get any components. It doesn't look like I got hit any components accidentally. You can still see them underneath the board, or you can still see them on the board, and they don't look like they're all sideways or anything. So I may just go ahead and lightly scrape this stuff off and see if we can get past that. Let me get my razor blade out of here and scrape that off with the razor blade. But you don't want to scrape it too hard because you don't want to mess this stuff up, because you will take a component off the board if you're too rough. I just want to make sure nothing moved when I was getting that. And then you've got some more up here. Sorry about that quality of this camera. It's a USB microscope, so it's running through USB, so it doesn't have all of the frame rate to keep up with it, so it comes out looking kind of grainy. Sometimes it jumps around. But that, I believe, will be it for this video, and we will come back here in the next day and do a video of putting this connector back on and testing this phone out and powering it up. Thanks for joining me, guys, and we'll see you soon.